Hi there, it's our pleasure to have you join us for another informative weekend edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Adrian Atkinson. Inside the pages today, Healthwise focuses your attention on the Cold Care Project. Also on tap, major water supply programs across the island. Stick and stay for these and more interesting features you don't want to miss. It all unfolds right after this important message.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
We now turn the pages of Jamaica Magazine to our Healthwise segment, looking at how government through the Ministry of Health and Wellness is clearing the backlog of surgery cases with private sector support.
Critical side effects, mental illness being one, surgery backlog being another, and concluded that we needed to do something special to try and pick up and cover some of this lost ground. Because at the end of the day, this is not a statistic. It's really about people. And people are suffering for years in some cases. 3, 4, 5, I've even seen a 6-year wait for a hernia surgery. A hernia surgery could cost you, $300,000 or more, and many Jamaicans just cannot afford it. Because COVID has amplified that challenge, we went up to about 7,000 or 8,000 people waiting, and we picked out the ones that were the longest waits, but also some of the less complicated procedures, because we also appreciated that we wanted to minimize inpatient care. And so to the extent that we could treat with these patients, and they have a 1 day, maybe a 2, unless some complications develop, or none at all, day surgeries, then we should try and get those out of the way and outsource those to the private sector. So we have set a target of 2,000 surgeries. We have outsourced 250 in the West, based on the backlog of cases at Cornwall and Hospital and some of the others. We are trying to pull about 200 to 300 here in the Sierra region, which includes Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Catherine, St. Thomas. And we have compiled, I think, up to now about 70 or 75. So we're still going through the files and trying to pull and get persons to come on board. The procedures we identified are those that are most, that populate the wait list: angioplasty, oral cancers, sinus cancers, thyroid cancers, and so on, right? This Cold Care program, it's really a relief. It's a give back. It really is a great service to the challenges that we face. We have embarked on a series of public-private partnerships, whether it's diagnostic outsourcing or it is a block of patients that we assign to a private doctor who have chronic ailment. We're piloting that now. Or it is in terms of the drug serve windows that we put in private pharmacies, or in this case now surgeries. So this is not an unusual principle that we're articulating. It's a principle that we have bought into. The reward for this program is to see the relief and the happiness on the face of the patients in their beds who otherwise would not have had it for probably many more years to come. So it's not even a concept around pay for service. It's almost like just helping humanity, if you will. I want us to be patient-centric, focus on the patient, because this is about serving the people. That's what our job is, and whether we're in the private or public sector, it is the core mandate of all of us.
Children are the future, and ensuring our future is healthy requires that children are always provided with nutritious foods to grow well and live long. Unhealthy diets high in sugar, salt, and fat consumed by children may make them obese and prone to non-communicable diseases later in life. Healthy foods and beverages not only help them learn better, but also protects them from non-communicable diseases such as some cancers, diabetes, hypertension, and cardiovascular diseases in their childhood and adult life. So, whether it's at home, in the lunch bag, or at school, let's make healthy foods and beverages for our children the only rule.
Access to consistent potable water plays a significant role in a modern society. That's why the government, through the National Water Commission, is investing heavily into the sector. Take a look.
The following is an excerpt from the 2023-2024 budget presentation by Prime Minister the Most Honourable Andrew Holness.
Over the last fiscal year, there has been a marked increase in the system coverage, reliability, and level of service, with several projects being completed and commissioned into service in 2022-2023, funded from the NWC's resources. The profit is yours. It is you, the people, who will benefit from the increase in investment in your water supply. So when the NWC says, look, we're going to do Barron Hill to Samuel Prospect pipeline replacement works in Trelawney, how is that funded? It's funded from the NWC's budget. When they say we're going to do a new distribution network to serve persons in the new building area of Nain as part of the Essex Valley to Junction water supply system in St. Elizabeth, that's coming out of the profit and resources of the NWC. Efficiency of public sector entities pays a dividend to the citizen stakeholder. The NWC will replace aged pipelines to the Greater Black River area, including between Luana through Middle Quarters to New Holland, as well as from Sandy Ground into the town of Black River. I was there recently to open some of these investments. The NWC will do the extension of pipelines to supply the community of Mile Gully in Christiana, a new full supply scheme, including development of a new source, pipelines and storage tank in the Mesa River, Bullhead Mountain, Douglas Castle communities, which straddles the border of Clarendon and St. Ann. That will be done. The extension of the Negril water supply system to serve Non-Pariel, Mount Airy, Retirement, Orange Hill, and Negril Spots, Westmoreland. These are already done. So they have done several storage tanks to improve reliability and reduce energy consumption at Fraser's Hill in St. Thomas, Liberty in St. Ann, Westgate in Montego Bay, Yorktown in Clarendon. So they have done quite a bit from their resources. These projects are in addition to the previously mentioned $6 billion capacity upgrade in Kingston and St. Andrew with the installation of new major transmission lines along Mandela Highway, 6 Miles, Spanish Town Road, Beeson Street, South Camp Road, and connecting along the Palisadoes into Port Royal. The people of Port Royal will be happy. They have had a water problem for a very long time. It is going to be corrected now. In addition to the replacement of secondary transmission and distribution lines along Waltham Park Road within Whitfield Town, and those were completed. Another major pipeline replacement will include the ferry to Rock Pond Forest Hills via Plantation Heights. Several other island-wide water supply upgrading and expansion projects are planned for 2023-2024. 21 projects with projected expenditure of about $2.5 billion will see NWC's service being extended to new communities. Plans are being finalized for works along East Kings House Road, Lady Musgrave Road, Arthur Wint Drive, and Tom Redcombe Avenue in Kingston and St. Andrew, and Grange Lane and Brayton Road in St. Catherine for major water infrastructure upgrade in terms of coordination with the NWA. I have directed the NWC to pursue 45 small projects to install new systems or incorporate existing small local systems to extend coverage to communities which are presently inadequately served. It is expected that the associated expenditure of $200 million will have an impact on the lives and well-being of close to 40,000 persons. The Greater Mandeville Water Supply Improvement is a major capital project aimed at effecting substantial improvements in the service levels in communities extending from Pepper in St. Elizabeth to the full limits of the town of Mandeville. The works being implemented include the sourcing of the development of new water sources, new transmission mains, electromechanical pumping equipment, and associated storage tanks. Implementation is scheduled for completion in 2024, and this is going to be done at a capital cost so far to date of $680 million. The total cost is 3 billion Jamaican dollars. The long-awaited Content Water Project, which was proposed as far back as 2009 to provide water to the corporate area from the Rio Cobre, has finally been settled commercially under a PPP framework. The water purchase agreement was signed in November 2022 for the establishment of a water treatment plant in Content in St. Catherine to provide 15 million imperial gallons of water per day. Construction is expected to begin in June 2023 and will last for 24 months. This arrangement will fundamentally improve the supply stability to Kingston and St. Andrew and Portmore and support growing housing and commercial developments.
Water is precious. So we encourage everyone to practice the 4 R's of water conservation. Always remember to reduce your use of water wherever possible. Replace water wasting devices with water savings devices. Reuse water wherever possible. And wherever leaks are found, please repair them and repair them quickly.
Don't delay. Practice the 4 R's of water conservation today.
Government is keen on using technology to transform the way it does business. We now shine the spotlight on one state entity that's improving service delivery, creating efficiency, and becoming more cost-effective with the use of drone technology.
The National Land Agency (NLA) is on a mission to maintain a reliable land information infrastructure that facilitates proper administration and sustainable development. The NLA is executing that mission with an eye on delivering excellent service that takes advantage of cutting-edge technology. Several drones owned and operated by the NLA are part of the technological transformation behind the agency's enhanced delivery of service to clients. In 2018, when the entity commenced acquisition of unmanned aerial vehicles, UAVs or drones, it was just for its photogrammetry activities to aid in mapping and surveying.
The approach we're using prior to 2019, the technology behind it was becoming obsolete, and we were having challenges finding parts for the equipment that we were using because it was primarily mechanical at the time. And having done the research, realized that what we wanted to do or what we were doing could have been done utilizing drones. The other side of the equation was the fact that we needed to be more efficient and also find ways of being cost effective in doing what we were doing. Managed to get a core set of officers trained and implemented what we call train the trainer. So having trained a core set, we then utilize that same set of officers to train others within the unit. I think it's one of the best moves we would have made on the side of the agency, because in terms of the transformation that it has brought about.
Since then, the NLA has expanded the use of drone technology beyond mapping and surveying to other areas of its operations, such as land valuation and estate management.
For mapping, we need to capture imagery of areas all across the island for various purposes. So, if we need imagery to capture how the slope of a particular property is, then we capture the imagery for that. Or we'll capture the imagery for a town, and we will use that to update our maps in-house. Cadastral surveys, they want to be able to find boundaries, precise boundaries, and the drones can actually assist in that regard.
Drones make it possible for the National Land Agency to capture aerial images in areas with rugged and challenging terrain, which otherwise would have been difficult and costly to execute.
We do spend less time now to get the same work done, and we get that work done at higher quality and with greater precision. And so, for example, for valuation, we've done properties that are over 1,000 acres. And before, a valuator would actually take more than 5 days to actually, peruse the property, to find out what is there. And they wouldn't really get everything that's on ground. They would just get the best, they'll do the best that they can. But now we can take half a day to do that with the drones. And we have imagery of everything. And so what you find as well, in addition to the efficiency, the capital outlay, the money that we spend is it's much more efficient now as well.
Aerial images captured with the drones are processed using other technology to create the various maps and three-dimensional products.
These data are then returned to us in the photogrammetric section that we use different technology, mainly drone to map, to stitch these these digital files together in order to create what we call an orthophoto. From this orthophoto, we can extract whatever information we need, mainly like roads, building, drain, and a contour to create what we call either a digital or paper-based map. And what we find with the drone images, we can have accuracy up to 5 centimeters. This we couldn't achieve before. Generally, the accuracy from the aerial photos we had before was like 5 meters, plus or minus 5 meters. Now we are down to 5 centimeters. So it greatly helps us in, in producing highly accurate map for the agency and the country at large.
As it relates to creation of cadastral maps, we are exploring the extent to which that can actually be done.
And so one of the products that we're creating, and this is kind of a futuristic product that we're experimenting with, is a 3D cadastre where we now give a real-life look to what the data is out there.
The future is technology, and the National Land Agency is embracing this future as it continues to deliver improved services to support Jamaica's sustainable development and economic growth.
Jamaica, I can help you protect our citizens.
Jamaica Eye will play a part in increasing your public safety.
Jamaica Eye is part of an island-wide network of camera surveillance systems designed to increase the safety of you, our citizens. If you have a camera system outside your home or office facing a public space, log on to jamaicaeye.gov.jm today. Jamaica Eye, we're all connected. The Ministry of National Security, creating a safer and prosperous Jamaica.
Transformations 2023, People, Quality and Technology is a public exposition of the JCF by the JCF for all our stakeholders, and that means you. Between May 11 and 14 at the National Arena in Kingston, you will meet our people. We'll share many of our new and emerging police technologies. We'll provide insights into our quality journey, a journey of transforming the service you get at our stations, on the road, and anytime or anywhere you need us. We'll demonstrate to you how we are building, how we are transforming, and how we are improving to serve you better. This is my personal invitation to journey with us. Join us at the Expo. Experience a side of the JCF you have never seen before. Transformations JCF 2023. People, quality, and technology. See you there.
As we draw near to the close of today's magazine, we turn our focus on education, another key driver of development. Check out the state's 6th Form Pathways program in this next feature.
The teacher chose him to do 3 subjects. He passed 2 and failed 1, get a 4. This is precisely why the ministry moved in this direction. We are cognizant that not every child will move at the same pace. And so pathways, learning programs must be created for them.
Effective September 1, 2022, all students leaving 5th form at public high schools enroll in an additional 2 years of higher learning. This is done through the 6th Form Pathways program, an initiative of the Ministry of Education that's geared towards ensuring students receive the skills and competency development needed for today's advanced society. The program is also open to students who dropped out of school before completing 5th form once they are between the ages of 16 and 18. Having completed the Caribbean Secondary Examination Certificate at the end of 5th form or grade 11, students will be eligible for the program and must register at their current high school. Here's a look at the program in action.
Secondly, the infant mortality rate. How did that affect how many children the people want to have?
At Charlie Mount High, nestled in the hills of St. Catherine, an abandoned building was quickly retrofitted to accommodate the increased number of students due to the 6th Form Pathways program.
We have a large number of students applying for our 6th Form program. And so within the Pathway program, due to space constraints, we can only take a small number. We would want to take a lot more. And so those who are unable to join us and continue with us, we recommend them to other institutions.
140 students are currently enrolled in the program.
From grade 7 coming up, I've always leaned more to sciences, so it was quite easy when it came on to go into 6th form to select those subjects.
I was previously in Pathway 2 doing business subjects such as entrepreneurship and customer engagement. I have now matriculated to Pathway 1 by attaining all 5 CSEC subjects and is now doing all sciences. These would include agricultural science, environmental science, and computer science.
Desonja, who was previously in lower 6th form, was able to pursue an additional CSEC subject so she could qualify for the traditional Pathway 1. On Pathway 1, students pursue Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examinations CAPE subjects at the diploma or associate's degree level. Pathway 2 is the technical route and includes a mandatory NVQJ skill. Pathway 3 allows students to get additional CSEC subjects or pursue a specialized skill.
The Pathway program brought new initiatives. It allows us to be able to assist some of our students who would have not done well at CSEC. This gives us a second opportunity, a second chance to look at our students, to give them the opportunity for them to get to understand themselves and to do well.
What about the word independence now? How does that come in? Somebody said independence. Good. So what I wanted to do in your group now is to analyze the criticisms that have been put forward against the demographic transition model.
Students are guided by their 6th form coordinator so they can be properly placed.
I would have had persons in Pathway 2 that is now matriculated to Pathway 1 because they were given the opportunity with their 1 or 2 subjects to sit those and come again to do the CAPES at Pathway 1.
Charlemont stands ready to work and to continue the program, the 6th Form Pathway program with the Ministry of Education. Each year we graduate, or in our graduating cohort, we have over 250 students, and we would love to have at least 3/4 of that number continue with us.
Since September 1, 2022, the 6th Form Pathways program is offered at no cost to students. The government will pay $17,000 per student in secondary schools, $80,000 per student in private tertiary institutions, and $60,000 for students in public tertiary institutions. At the end of the program, students in high school will earn a National School Leaving Certificate Level 2. Students who participate in the 6th Form only program at tertiary institutions will receive the same certificate once they have completed the full 2 years.
In the future, I'd like to become a veterinary technician. The pathway that I'm on now, I'd excel in my science subjects because I'm in the science class. I would need more subjects to be accepted into the college of my dreams.
So my dream is to become a pharmacologist or something within the field of pharmacology. So I consider the 6th Form pathway right now as a milestone in that, a journey. So it's paving the way for me to attain that dream.
In terms of our preparedness, we need to understand that we have earthquakes almost every day. They're always happening here in Jamaica, and there is nowhere on the island that you can go to escape an earthquake. So what persons need to bear in mind is that earthquakes can happen at any time. There is no season for earthquakes. It has nothing to do with the weather. It has nothing to do with the heat. It can just happen like that. Port Royal's earthquake was in July. The 1907 Kingston earthquake was in January. So there is no specific time of year.
There are innate capabilities that we train our healthcare workers and the team members that constitute the health system to be able to provide care. So part of what we do is to engage with the team members through regular and systematic training to ensure a constant level of awareness of the likelihood and threat that may be faced, the required skill sets to manage in what would be a very complex and confusing situation, the necessity to ensure that we can communicate at different levels and with different team members. And so we do regular training on a routine basis to manage mass casualty situations, which can easily overwhelm even our regular capabilities. And if necessary, we have to set up our medical care facilities outside of what would have been our normal healthcare facilities.
One of the key assets that we have is our disaster assistance response teams, what we call DART teams, that are prioritizing 3 priorities. Priority 1 being those that are ready and for immediate notice to move to assist in any disaster situation. That element is constituted by a number of different specialty areas: engineers, medicals, medical personnel, logisticians, etc. They are so equipped that they can be moved to anywhere in the island and be self-sufficient for a period of time in assisting ODPEM or the government of Jamaica in general with any disaster.
We would be required to ensure that the area or areas affected are properly quarantined and secured. We'd have to ensure that routes leading to and from our major hospitals are clear, or to provide information as to the clearest and safest routes to and from those hospitals, and ensure that they are maintained in a safe manner for the emergency units to respond. Assist the search and rescue in respect to ensuring that persons leave the building safely and go to a safe area away from the building. Ensure that those who would want to seize the opportunity to commit crimes, such as looting, don't get that opportunity.
Do not use your cell phone while driving, please. That call or text can wait. Do you really have to stream that video while driving? It's not worth your life, nor that of other road users. Stay alert, stay off your phone, and arrive alive.
And this is where we ended the program. Be sure to join us again tomorrow for another show. Until then, there is more to watch by visiting our website, jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Walk good, live good, and see you next time.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.